Hey gang, Tony here. I went to the flea market this morning and I decided to make a quick video even though a lot of what I bought was actually stuff that I want to put in the upcoming Halloween mystery boxes for my Patreon members. So I'm not sure if I'm going to show that stuff or not. Maybe I'll just say disclaimer for any of you who are watching who are Patreon members and getting the box. Maybe I'll tell you like don't watch after a certain point. But yeah, I honestly didn't do too great today. Otherwise, I'll show you what I got though, and let you decide for yourself. I got a couple of 45s. These I mainly got because I'm not familiar with the band, but I saw that it was like kind of punk music, which always interests me. So I got this guy here, Fleshies, and the Phantom Limbs. These are all like pretty cool. They have different like had that around it, and then has the set list there, or they're not the set list, but the the track list. And what's kind of cool is that when you open up this one, it appears, I haven't verified this, but it appears to be signed by three of the members there. So you see like the little arrows pointing at the pictures on there, and there's the signatures. I am assuming, because the handwriting looks different for each of those, that they are in fact the autographs and not just someone like saying someone who bought the record like writing that down. But like I said, I haven't actually verified that. And then the record itself looks pretty cool. I haven't actually listened to these yet. On the one side we have the Phantom Limbs, and on the other side the Fleshies, who are, I believe, playing a Phantom Limbs song, or at least written by the Phantom Limbs on there. So anyway, that one looked pretty neat. And then I thought I had gotten three different records. It did not, because they were sort of separated, but it did not occur to me. So I'll just show you, like if I flip this around, I actually got two copies of the same record. Whoops, I went ahead and I took out the both of the records and neither of the things. So you could see there. And actually, this one I believe is signed as well, because that is the same name, one of the names anyway, from the other record. So that's kind of neat that they're signed. And then, as I said, they are really just the same records. Federation X. So I'll give these all a listen. I'm hopefully gonna like them. I did a quick little search online to see, if these are available and whatnot, and they seem to be from the early 2000s, 2001, 2002. Not really sure if they're worth anything, but I like to get these little 45 sometimes, play them on the old record player there. Let's see. You got this. It is as you can see, a spider on a spider web. There's a suction cup on the one side. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. And I'll be honest, I mainly bought it because I liked the orange. I liked the orange packaging, the top card there. Apparently handcrafted in the Philippines, which is interesting. So this was, I'm not sure. It says that there aren't any dates or anything on this. What is this store name? Jatees Wicker? Jaetees Wicker. Jatees Wicker. $2.49 was the original price. Crossed out, $1.49. Sold at the flea market to me, 50 cents. The records, by the way, I paid $4 for the three records. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna leave it in the package, probably display it as is, and again, mainly because I like the look of it. No idea uh, of the value of that thing. Really hard to find any information about it. But again, a lot of this kind of like Halloween stuff, I mainly buy to keep. So, I'm getting to like I said, a lot of this stuff that I bought, I really kind of may or may not put it in the boxes. So I'll say at this point, if you're getting boxes from me and you want it to remain a mystery, probably don't watch the rest of this video because I do think I'm just to, you know, show off what I got. I'm going to probably show most of this. Okay? You gone? Okay. I got two of these. They were $1 each. And like one of these I might keep, if I'm being honest. I may throw one of them into a box. But they are the same thing, so I'm not going to keep both. They are these Burger King toys for gargoyles. And basically they're like little Viewmasters. So on the one side there's you could see the lens there. And you look through that and then you press this little button on the side. And it rolls through almost like a Viewmaster. It rolls through a few slides. So pretty cool. I like gargoyles. You might remember that I got the gargoyles stamp pad from RetroCon. So that's why I want to keep one of them. But the other may end up in one of those boxes. And I'm not going to show you the movies I got, but I bought a ton of sealed Blu-rays and sealed DVDs and stuff. And I have other ones that I had been kind of stocking up on. So I was going to probably toss a bunch of movies into these boxes. Maybe like a Blu-ray and a DVD per box or something like that would be fun. And the other little bag of goodies I got, again, like I kind of got this thinking I would just toss random stuff, extra goodies into the boxes, but it's really just like a bag of Halloween fun. So not really worth like digging through and showing you. There's a bunch of rubber bats and spider rings and rubber rats and things like that. Things of that nature. But whenever I see that kind of stuff at the flea market, I always like to pick it up because they generally are older varieties. You know, it's not like the stuff that you'd get in the store now. Although you got to be careful about that because there are plenty of people who just bring stuff from the dollar store to resell there. I am going to show you one other thing. It's not from the flea market. It's just a recent purchase that I made that is kind of cool. It's a video game. And it just showed up a couple days ago. And all right, so here's the story. There's this new game that came out. It's called Iron Meat. I'll show you the cover really quick here. So, Iron Meat. Where are you? Where are you? No, whatchamacallit? No glare. How do I get no glare? That looks pretty good. Iron Meat. I like saying the title, and every time I say the title, I always kind of drop my voice down an octave or so. I'm like, Iron Meat. Yes. So this is supposed to be kind of like a 16-bit style, Genesis style sort of game. Came with a little postcard. And if this sounds familiar and you watch my videos, that might be because recently-ish, and this is from Strictly Limited, recently-ish, this company was giving away free posters, which are free in the sense that you're paying for shipping. So if you really like got a nitpick and say like, oh well, you paid for them, I think the posters come out to $1.25 each or something like that. So you know it's like $5 to ship or some crap. So if you may remember, I showed those off. One of those posters were for Iron Meat, and it caught my eye, and I was kind of keeping my ear to the ground for the release of this game because I knew that though there is a $17.99 digital copy that you can buy on PlayStation Store, on Steam. I don't know if I'm assuming Switch also on their like digital store or whatever. Although you can get it that way, I also knew that there was going to be this fairly limited physical release, and I wanted one. I was like, I prefer physical. If the cost was a little more. I think it was maybe like $35 plus shipping or something like that. So it's like the price of a game. It's even less than most AAA games. And I didn't get the email and checked the site. And when I checked, the Switch copy had already sold out, which is crazy to me because they actually made 4,000 of the Switch one and only 2,500 of the PlayStation 5 one. But I guess like collectors maybe collect for Switch more or something. So that had already sold out, but luckily I don't have a Switch, so I didn't really care. I didn't want that one. I wanted the PlayStation version, and the PlayStation version was still available. It was at about 50% stock when I checked. I was like, oh crap. So I bought it really quick. Maybe it was more than that, because when I'm looking at, I don't know if the number corresponds to like when you buy it, but maybe I bought it even earlier than that, because if you look, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but they actually number these. There's a little sticker right there, and I don't know if you could tell, but it looks like I got number 98 out of 2,500. So it's a pretty low number. Would have been cool to get like 100 just for the rounded thing, but 98 out of 2,500 is not bad. This is apparently release number 101 from Strictly Limited. I don't normally buy their games. I know some people are like completionists and they have to get every one. That maybe that's the people who are getting the Switch version. They need every one of them. But anyway, long story short, this came and I was excited to get it, and I was about to tear into it, but then I checked the site and I was like, oh wow, they all sold out by that point. So now it's sold out on PlayStation 5, sold out on the Switch. The little art, they had an art card that sold out. And I was like, let me check something. And I went to eBay to look, because you fucking know how this shit goes with the scalpers and all that bullshit. Fucking scalpers. I go, and Nintendo Switch versions, one sold for like $250. It was a $35 game, motherfucker. $250. A couple others were selling like maybe 100 and change, 125 I think was where it was kind of like evening out to. And the PlayStation versions are being sold for about $89, $90, which is, I mean, it just tripled in value. It just came out. So now, like, I don't want to sell it. I'm not going to sell it. I wanted it. But I'm also, because I have that weird collector mentality, I also kind of don't want to open it. And it's pissing me off. Like, I wish that it wasn't so limited and that it wasn't, like, already worth 3 times what I paid for it. Because so I'm kind of tempted. I know this is ridiculous. Listen. I know that this is ridiculous, but I'm like tempted to just buy the digital copy to play so I could leave this sealed and leave it pristine, so that if it goes on to increase in value over time, that I haven't like broken the seal and just gone and taken. I know. I don't like having this brain, but I am of that kind of collector mentality that it's really hard for me once I know something is going to be worth money to like defile it. So that's the predicament I'm in. Why don't you sound off in the comments and tell me what you think? I mean, on the one hand, I don't plan on selling it, so it's like, but then on the other hand, like, what if I hate the fucking game, right? What if I play it and I'm like, oh man, this game kind of sucks, I don't really want to keep it? Then I might want to sell it. So is it worth spending? I have a $5 voucher, so it would cost me $12 to buy it digitally. So is it worth spending $12 to potentially like save the value of the sealed copy to sell later on down the road? Maybe. Maybe. Or I'm being just a weirdo. Very, very strange person that I am. Speaking of video games and money, this will be the last thing, and then I'll go, because I know these aren't the kinds of videos people like to watch. Sometimes just rambling on and on. But what are you gonna do? I have a sealed copy of Batman on VHS. I showed it to you guys in a video a bit ago that I found at a yard sale, and I also have a sealed copy of F-Zero on the Nintendo. Super Nintendo, and having those sealed copies, I was like, oh, my friend Pete at the comic shop, he told me that like he could send stuff away to get graded, like in batches, basically. Like I think it's quicker and maybe a little less expensive to do it that way. So I just in my head, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess in my head I was thinking like, oh, it'd be like $20, $30 maybe per thing to get graded, and the value, increases on both of those products by maybe $100, $150, $200. Not crazy, nothing crazy, but a little extra value to it. And I just thought it'd be nice to like display the pieces in a graded when the thing that they put it in. So I bring it to Pete, and he like contacts the guy because I was wondering how much it was going to cost. $70. $70 per thing. So it would have cost me $140 to get 2 things graded. And I guess this is normal. I mean, those of you who do this stuff are probably just rolling your eyes at me right now saying like, well, duh, that's what it costs. It costs shipping, and they put it in the thing, and they have to do blah, blah, blah. I did not get them graded. I'm like, sorry, Pete. No, I am not spending $140 to put these in slabs of plastic with a number on it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't really, like I said, I mostly wanted it for the display, not really caring about the value. I wasn't going to sell them. And even if I was, at that point, you've just like say the game is worth $250 graded. You just spent $70 to get it graded, and then you're going to lose a good chunk of cash on fees when you sell it on eBay. I mean, it's just like in the end not worth it to me. I don't know. That kind of thing is like, it's not worth my time. I don't have the time to be messing around with that, Anyway, that is all the rambling I'm going to do for today. Hope you're all doing well. Hope your Octobers are going well. If you made it this far, hey, why not jump over to Retro Days? We're doing our Halloween series. We already had the autumnal equinox video. Our first video of October just hit yesterday, and it is a doozy. It's a double-sized mega episode for the Halloween marathon. So I give you, John, the host, gives you the information, but I had written the information. It's just a bunch of movies and TV specials that you could watch throughout the month. Don't expect it to be exhaustive. Of course, it's not exhaustive. Even in a 30-minute video, I couldn't hit on everything, but it's a lot of fun stuff. So go check it out. All right, breathe deep in the night. I will see you all soon. Have a good one.